Bittensor is down, and it seems like it's quite obvious why. The general market is going down. It seems like it doesn't matter what kind of altcoin we pick, everything moves in the same direction at the same time. The question is this potentially a buying opportunity? Let's have a look at the data most people aren't considering. Let's have a look at the on-chain data of Bittensor, or the TAO token. Because fundamentally, it appears as if the project is developing fine. The number of staked TAO tokens over time is continuously growing. However, the problem is that the amount of circulating TAO tokens is also growing. And that's always a problem for any altcoin. If the number of tokens grows over time, that's potential sell pressure, and the demand has to grow faster than the supply for the price to outperform the rest of crypto. And so we have grown from less than 1 million all the way to 10 million TAO tokens. And so only around 10% of the supply is actually getting staked. It appears as if the price is moving in somewhat predictable waves. The peak is close to $700. The bottom is close to $200. Now this is the price chart. Compare this with the market cap chart. So because of the inflating supply, the price tends to drift down long term. Now we can also compare the Bittensor token with the general altcoin market. So this is now TAO relative to the others market cap. With this chart, we look at Bittensor's performance relative to the rest of crypto, relative to the rest of the altcoin market. So we're now removing the general ups and downs of the market. We're looking at the specific price performance of Bittensor, irrespective of what's going on in general in crypto. So this is not a US dollar chart. This is a relative valuation chart. And again, we seem to be trading in somewhat of a predictable range, and we have topped at a somewhat predictable level. From that top, we've already underperformed the rest of crypto by 36%. And from here, there is the risk of falling another 26% to the support. By the way, if this is not your very first time watching this channel, then feel free to subscribe over here. I publish videos regularly, and when you're subscribed, YouTube is more likely to recommend the videos of this channel again. Here's the TVL, or total value locked, of the Bittensor EVM chain. The chart starts on the 4th of November, and since then, we rather see outflows, unfortunately. And so it seems like the main drivers for the Bittensor price is the trading range, it's what's ever happening with the general market, but it's also the short-term bets on the price. Because there isn't just the spot trading, there's also the perpetual futures trading. Have a look at this. This is the trading volume of Bittensor TAO in the last 24 hours on the spot market. There was only 23 million on Binance. But compare this with the perpetual futures market. Here we had close to 1 billion worth of trading volume. So really, the price discovery happens on the perpetual futures. The 10th of October had been a massive liquidation event for many altcoins, including Bittensor TAO. Many longs got liquidated because the price temporarily dropped by 65%, a cascaded liquidation. The altcoins in general dropped by 47%, and they now drift down. We might be low on the trading range, but the drift is clear, and Bittensor was able to withstand that drift. Not so anymore since the beginning of the month, unfortunately. And so what separates Bittensor's trading from the rest of the altcoin market is that from the 10th of October, we actually saw increased trading volume. This is not normal. This is not what we see for other altcoins. Have a look at this. This is the trading volume on the perpetual futures. It's rather high right now. Also, on the 10th of October, while we did see a temporary drop in open interest, so in the amount of bets on the price, so that moved from 322 million down to 156, we did see a very quick recovery, not something that's usual for the rest of the market. The problem though is that long term we do have correlation between the price and open interest. And so when open interest is still comparatively high, but it's currently coming down, that could put more downward pressure on the price. And so I do think there is a good chance that we actually do see the trading range prevail. Are we going to bounce off the support again? Who knows? But the current momentum is very clean, and I don't expect a turnaround of Bittensor today or tomorrow, especially given that the general market is that bearish right now. So in US dollars, Bittensor has a very hard time, but it's even a tough bet, at least for the long side, relative to other altcoins. I think the chance is quite high that TAO will continue to go down until it finds the next support again. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish here regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. Feel free to also check out the premium membership. This is where I share my own trades. I'm currently making money with this crash, so the link to premium pops up over here. So see you next time on YouTube, or see you next time in premium. Cheers.